When it comes to traveling with your dog, you want to make sure that you're making mealtime as easy and simple as possible because we know that it can be really stressful while you're traveling, while you're doing things to make sure your dog gets fed properly, to then move and transport that food, and to make sure you have the correct amount of food. So there's something that I found that makes my life so much easier and so unstressful when it comes to mealtime because I have 3 dogs. So when I travel, I'm traveling with food for 3. Now, the first thing you need to know is that you need to measure out that food to make sure you have enough. Some people will just grab the dog food bag, put it in their cart, and then they could potentially run out if you were traveling for more than a day or 2. So you want to make sure that you have enough food for them. So measuring that out is really important. And you need to make sure that you have enough food for a couple of extra meals because you do not know if something's going to happen that's going to prevent you from getting home to get the food that your dog is going to need, or if you're prevented from getting to a store to get it if you should run out. So you need to make sure. I always take 2 to 3 extra meals just in case anything happens. If there's terrible weather and I'm trapped at the hotel, if I'm driving and there's a car accident and we're stuck, if a family emergency happens and instead of going home, I have to go do something, I always have extra food for each of my dogs just in case of emergency, just in case something happens, just in case I miscalculated. I make sure that I have enough to cover a couple of meals, and then I am aware that I can always go to a store and get something if I need to. So with that in mind, I like to measure out my dog's food and I like to put them in individual Ziploc bags. So I will go and get a Ziploc bag that is going to fit each individual meal. And if my dogs are on the same food, great. I will just put all the stuff in the Ziploc bags. But right now, my dogs are on different types of food. I actually combine different types of kibble and unkibble and fresh food and like all of the things for my dog. And so they're all kind of getting different blends right now as we are getting them off of puppy food onto that adult food that will all across the board be the same for my dogs. So if they're individualized, I then need to make sure I'm putting each individual meal in a Ziploc and putting the first letter of their name on that Ziploc bag. Then I can condense those into bags. So have the smaller bags inside of bigger bags, inside of however you're transporting it. And so this way, all I have to do at mealtime is to grab their bowls, pop open one of those Ziplocs, dump it in. There's no measuring. There's no figuring it out. Everything is clearly labeled. It is all in one place and it's ready to go. That saves me time and effort. If you have a dog that gets a little loud during mealtime because they're so excited that you're getting their food ready, you do not have a lot of shrieking or snorting or stamping or demand barking or whatever that happens to be. So the noise level is kept down wherever you are staying, be it a hotel, an Airbnb, your parents' house, wherever. It's just making the whole process a lot smoother. So I can very, very easily grab those bags, knowing everything is ready to go, and just dump it in the bowls and hand it to my dog as needed. And that saves so much effort and stress. And then if I have pre-portioned those out and I have the extra versions of it for upcoming meals that I'm not technically supposed to be away from, and I do not use them, nothing bad happens, I calculated correctly, I come home and I have a couple extra Ziplocs, now I just have that next day or the next day and a half ready to go. So that while I'm dealing with the stress of unpacking and washing all of my laundry and cleaning everything up and putting everything away, because if you're traveling with dogs, you travel with a lot of things. It's like working with a toddler. You then don't have to stress about their meals. They're already ready to go. All you have to do is just set it on a counter, or you can even set it in the bins or near the bins that you keep your dog's food in. And just pop that out. You're good to go. It is a time and stress saver. And so it doesn't go to waste. It saves you a little bit of effort on the back end, and you have it in case you need it. So making sure I have individual packaged, already measured out, ready to go meals for my dogs while I'm traveling are incredibly helpful. And if you have dogs who have different things at different times, or if they have like allergies, zesty paw things that you're going to be adding in, you can add those to the bags too. So my dogs have their Alleramine bites from Zesty Paws every day to help with their skin and eye allergies. I can just pop one in each of the bags so that I don't have to then remember to go get the extra bag of Zesty Paw out. If you are giving them supplements, if you're giving them other things, just tuck it into the bags and you can label them morning and night. You can label them between the different dogs for morning and night. You can label this and break this down however you want, and then just keep them in bigger bags. You can put them in tote bags. You can wrap them up. You can mark them in different ways. You can do all sorts of things. Or if you really want to make it simple for yourself, go to the store, buy the Ziplocs that come in different colors, red, blue, yellow, and then each of those colors can represent a different thing, be it the time of day you're feeding them, the type of food that you're feeding them, or the specific dog that you're giving it to save yourself effort. Just that visual, that's a red bag. I know this belongs to this dog at this time of day. It saves a ton of time and stress. And it's something that you're going to do anyway in terms of getting your dog's food out. You just do it in advance so that you don't have that hanging over you while you are traveling. Follow along for more travel hacks when it comes to dogs. We have a full playlist on traveling, from getting in the car to getting over your fear of car to car manners to hotels that are dog friendly versus accommodating. We have information on how to do things safely while you're at the beach and at other locations. So we've got tons of information in our playlist, but we're always looking for new topics. So if you've got questions, go ahead and drop those down below. And make sure you follow along for daily videos helping you navigate the world of dog parenthood to give your pup the best life ever. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.